Good morning, everyone, to Morning Brews and Cruise News. I'm your host, Trevor Shelby. Today is Wednesday, June 28th. The weekend's almost here, guys. We can see it. It's on the horizon. We're almost there. Coming up in today's episode, we talk about the additional changes Carnival's making to its menus. Celebrity cruises are looking for their perfect day. And Royal Caribbean's passenger goes for a swim. But first, let's take our first sip of today's coffee. Today we have Timothy's coffee. It's extra dark blend. And so let's give this one a shot here. I like it. Let's get on over and let's get this show started. So Timothy's coffee. I got some thoughts here. It's really good. I'm going to give this a 7.2 out of 10. It's not a bad coffee at all. Today we have big news that's coming out of Oceania Cruises, a cruise line we don't really talk about a whole lot. But buckle up because they're making waves in the cruise world with some new promotional offers that I think, these are actually pretty revolutionary in my opinion. I didn't know much about all this until recently. And I think this whole O-Life thing, I hope that catches on. So if you're not familiar, O-Life is a long-standing choice promotion that they have that you can go ahead and book a cruise with O-Life. It can include airfare and all that stuff. And so starting from bookings on or after July 1st, 2023 for departures from October 1st, 2023, the cruise line is going to be offering an innovative program called just Simply More. This will include round-trip airfare, the airport transfers, shore excursion credits based on your cruise length, and a mouth-watering beverage package. And if you're worried about losing those amenities that you've come to love, just don't, because specialty dining, Wi-Fi, 24-hour service, and your favorite non-alcoholic beverages are all included in this Simply More package. So this really kind of sees Oceana Cruises as becoming this all-inclusive cruise line. But for those who prefer the cruise-only fares, those are still available. But, this package might end up being significantly more. But that is amazing. And here's a juicy detail for all you shore excursion lovers out there. This new package offers generous credits that grow as your cruise lengthens. This means the longer you cruise, the more credits you're going to be able to splurge on. The president of Oceana Cruises, Frank Del Rio, stated that the aim behind the change is it's all about offering simplicity, choice, and the value to guests. And now, from the look of it, they've hit that bullseye. But what about the beverage package, you might ask? So prepare to toast with a premium level champagnes and wines, over 20 varieties of beer, all included with the Simply More program during lunch and dinner service. And you thought it couldn't get better. This is something that I really hope that the other, cruise lines kind of stand up and kind of realize that we want more choices like this. Charge me a little more, but give me some perks here. I would love, there are things that are just like stupid things I would pay for, and I would probably spend more money in things. Like, this is dumb. Some people may think this is the dumbest idea ever, but I would happily spend $40-$50 on a small package that just includes like the video games in the arcades. And I could just go through and swipe my card as many times. Now, I'm not talking about winning prizes or anything like that. You maybe play those games, shoot the basketball and all that stuff. But, you're not going to, get all the tickets unless you put more monetary value into it. Or maybe up until you reach that dollar amount in the package. I don't know. I don't know how they would work it out. It's not my job to come up with the details. But I'm a nerd when it comes to things like arcades. I could spend all day in an arcade, a good one. And there are some really decent arcades that are on cruise ships. And so I would probably spend more money buying the package than I would just swiping my card, but I would probably spend a lot more time, knowing in the arcade, knowing that I wasn't, I had a set limit. And so I like setting limits, guys. For those of you who are seeking that Caribbean sun-soaked beaches and sapphire waters and that's just been calling your name, then I've got news for you. Celebrity Cruises is setting sail for the region, and with their first ever regular weekend itineraries, they're doing these shorter cruises, okay? Kicking off in April of 2024, launching from Port Everglades in Florida, Celebrity Cruises will offer a 3-night weekend sailings on the Celebrity Reflection ship, as well as 4-night sailings throughout the week. Perfect for those weekend warriors amongst us just craving a vacation, but want to work around their busy schedules. This is something that I would absolutely love. If all I had to do was take off a Friday or a Monday, and I didn't have to take off an entire week for work, I'd go on a lot more cruises. This is very exciting to me. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Celebrity will also begin offering cruises on its newest ship, the Celebrity Beyond, from South Florida all year round. A first for the line's Edge series vessels. Laura Hodges, the line's president, says that this move responds to the growing demand for more frequent close-to-home trips, as well as those bucket list international vacationers. A groundbreaking feature of these voyages is that both ships will have the chance to visit Royal Caribbean International's private island, Perfect Day, at Coco Cay. This is a first for cruisers outside the Royal Caribbean brand and a treat for Celebrity Cruise guests. So where are these new Caribbean cruises going to take you? Along with the white sand beaches of Coco Cay, Celebrity Reflection is to set sail on 40 different itineraries. So they're going to kind of mix things up and give you a bigger selection on different islands you can go visit. So we're talking about Key West, Florida, Bimini, Bahamas, and they're going to just kind of line things up. And so you're going to go through and just select that perfect cruise for you. The Celebrity Beyond will embark on a 6- and 8-night voyages with stops including Grand Cayman, Aruba, Curacao, and of course, a perfect day at Coco Cay. I really do feel like that Celebrity's doing this right because there is this big demand for shorter term cruises. There's a lot of people that's like, man, if it's not 7 days, it's not for me. And I can be one of those people at times when I go on a 6-day cruise. Like I've got a 6-day planned up in here in November, and I'm a little disappointed it's not 7 days. But if you tell me I could fly down on a Friday, get on a cruise ship, then get off the cruise ship Monday, and then go back to work on Tuesday, I'm all set, man. Everybody be like, what'd you do this weekend, Trevor? And I'll be like, I was in Bimini. Oh, it was great. I'm very interested in all of this, and I'm very interested in where the price point's going to be because, a lot of these shorter term cruises, they can be more affordable at times. So it will be very, very cool to see how they put all this together. Now let's take a look at what Carnival is doing to its menus, and they got some changes in the plans. There's no date for these changes as of yet, but changes are a-coming. But before we get into that, let me just toss this out real quickly. If you've been enjoying your time with us on this cruise through the latest news and insights, how about you hit that subscribe button? Whether you're tuning in from YouTube or your favorite podcasting platform, that little button is a lifesaver. It keeps you afloat in the sea of news. And yeah, you'll get friendly nudges from me whenever we have fresh updates. And so you won't miss a single wave. Every time I see that subscriber count go up, I get all happy and I do a little dance. So if you guys want to keep me dancing, then there you go. But if you unsubscribe, it makes me sad and I cry. I don't know, guys. Carnival's making these changes, and I think these are positive changes because they are much needed. They're adding to a vegan menu, and this is something that they've been lacking for quite a while. My wife is vegetarian. She's not vegan, but she's vegetarian, And she, she does appreciate a lot of these changes because these are changes that really help her also in the long run. It gives her more choices that aren't just, like slathered with meat. So Carnival's been recently criticized because of they've been making all these changes to the menus, but they haven't really made very many changes in this direction. And so it's going to be really cool to kind of see what they are able to come up with and how it is introduced into the menu. Now, I'm all for adding additional things to the menu. If Carnival's listening, which I highly doubt they are, I would suggest just expanding the menu a little bit. You don't need a gigantic menu that's 72 pages, but if you're going to be adding more things, you might as well just add it and not take other things away. That's just my opinion. I think that's where they kind of misstepped recently with a lot of these other changes because and Carnival got blasted about taking the cheese plates away. Everybody that loved those cheese plates just thought it was too Gouda to be true, and they couldn't believe that they took it away. I mean, that's terrible. So stupid. Oh. But I do feel like that Carnival should just make adjustments to the menu, expand it a little bit, add these things in. You can remove things, here or there and make it less of a PR disaster than just ripping a Band-Aid and just throwing things off the menu just all willy-nilly. Now, with that being said, if you touch the banana cream pie that's on the C-Day brunch, I will have words, Carnival. I will have words. It's so good. It's such a good dessert. Now for our last story, a dramatic rescue unfolded on a Royal Caribbean ship, the Mariner of the Seas, after a 42-year-old woman fell overboard from the 10th deck on Sunday. The incident occurred approximately 27 nautical miles south of Punta Cana. In a statement released by the U.S. Coast Guard, it was reported that the ship's crew launched a small rescue boat, and against all odds, they managed to locate the woman in the vast ocean, safely bringing her back on board. The woman, a U.S. resident, did not require immediate medical attention following the incident, though she was taken to a hospital for further evaluation. Cruise ship passengers recounted watching the tense scene that unfolded from their balconies. They said, after we saw the life rafts or the life preservers in the smoke that they threw like a flare that created a bunch of smoke. They were wondering if someone just died. But the passengers were relieved and amazed when the crew succeeded in retrieving the woman safe and alive right there out of the sea. The odds are not with you here. So from Cruise Line International Association, they revealed that only 28% of onboard passengers between 2009 and 2019 were safely rescued. As the woman was safely brought on board, the passengers erupted into cheers. Royal Caribbean commended their crew's quick response, saying that the ship and crew immediately reported the incident to local authorities and began searching for the guest. Thankfully, the guest was successfully recovered and was brought back on board. The company has not revealed further details about the incident or how the woman ended up overboard. The investigation's ongoing. Stay tuned for more updates on this story. Now, I will say it is extremely difficult to accidentally fall off a cruise ship. So this is not something that you should normally worry about. And those that do fall overboard are usually doing something they shouldn't, like sitting on the railing or leaning extremely overboard, or they're intoxicated and doing something that they shouldn't, standing, like if you have a balcony and standing on any furniture or anything like that. I mean, the railings are only so high, and y'all keep falling overboard, and your balcony is just going to be a big old glass wall, and you're not going to be able to go overboard at all then. So that is all the news I have for now, so stay tuned for more updates on Morning Brews and Cruise News. Make sure you're subscribed. My name is Trevor Shelby, and remember, folks, life is like a voyage. You never know where the waves may take you. So stay alert, stay caffeinated, and above all else, stay cruising. Smooth sailing, pier runners.